Mm.
Yes,
And sir, there are like annual maintenance and sir, the charges of the cleaning say, sweepers and different equipment which are used to for the daily purpose, office stationery items, electricity bills,
yes.
rent, and
These are also,
yeah.
even if see your salary also, but these are under variable cost. Moving to next part,
Sir,
if you go to the
salary
fixed
also.
point, yes, yes. In case of fixed cost, the cost of facilities, cost of purchase of new machines, cost of setup, these are under fixed cost, or you can say simply say that is man machine material for producing for production activities. These are under fixed cost. In case of variable, the wages. In case of utility cost, in case of transportation cost, in case of logistics, and in case of you can directly go for loading or loading cost, these are under in case of your variable cost. Moving to next part, in case of break even analysis is a financial tool which help you to determine at what stage your company or a new service or product will be profitable. So basically, whenever you go to implement the break even point analysis, whenever you're testing the market, in that case, what is the position of your company, that should be determined through the break even analysis. And if you going to introduce a new product in the market, in these things we will also implement the break even analysis. I will give a small examples. In case of India's fast sports utility vehicle in the form of Scorpio, launched by Mahindra and Mahindra. Before launching the Scorpio, the company is testing the market by launching Mahindra Bolero, and it was huge success from the company side. To just a minute, will allow us. From that side, the company has directly go for after the success of Mahindra Bolero, the company is direct to launch the Scorpio models, and it was also a very huge success from the company side. And it is happened due to the break even point analysis, whether they directly go for your total cost or total revenue should be equals. Is it clear to all? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So moving to next part, why this break-even analysis is used? Just note down the headings and write down these 3 points. Starting a new business. Whenever you would start a new business, whether it should be a small startup or for expanding your business in various part, most of the company has implemented break-even analysis. The next part is creating new product or introduction of new product in the market. The next one is changing the business models. So these are the three basic reasons where you can implement break-even analysis. Just note down these 3 points. Then we will go to solve some numericals on related to break even point. Is it finished?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the formula for break even point. The first formula is break even point in unit, that equals to fixed cost divided by selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. The next formula is, that is break even point equals to fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. And the last formula, that is break even point equals to fixed cost divided by profit volume ratio. Just note down these formulas. I advise all of you just note down this formula. Is it finished? Those who have lately joined, just note down these formulas. In case of break even point, is it finished?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's solve another example. So this is the typical. Is it visible to all? I just read the. Colin is the managerial accountant in charge of company A. I repeat, Colin is the managerial accountant in charge of company A, which sells water bottles. He previously determined that the fixed cost of company A consists of property taxes, a lease, and executive salaries, which add up to rupees 1 lakh. The variable cost associated with producing one water bottle is rupees 2 per unit. The water bottle is sold at a premium price of rupees 12. Calculate or determine the break-even point of company A premium water bottle. I repeat, here the fixed cost is given rupees 1 lakhs. The variable cost per bottle that is given rupees 2 per units, and water bottle sold or the selling price is given rupees 12. You have to calculate the, just a minute, calculate the break even point for the premium water bottle segment. Try to calculate. You have all have that particular formulas. In case of break even point, try to calculate.
Sir,
So selling
10,000.
price is 12, sir.
Selling price, yes, that is 12.
Yes, sir.
10,000. Answer.
Okay, answer is 12,000.
Sir, 1 lakh divided by 10.
Yes, yes, that is 10,000.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Soumyaranjan Behra, what is your answer?
10,000, sir.
Okay, correct. Subhalakshmi Raut, Swapna Rani Jana, what is your answer?
Sir, 10,000.
Okay, correct. Swana Patnaik,
So 10,000.
Yes, sir, 10,000.
okay. Subhasri Soren, okay, fine. Moving to next ones. I'll show the answers. This is the solution slides. As per the formula, it is contribution per unit that equals to selling price per unit minus variable cost. So here selling price is 12 rupees and variable cost per unit that is given 2 rupees, that is 10. So if you apply the break even point in case of quantity, that equals to fixed cost, that is rupees 1 lakh divided by the contribution, that is 10. That equals to 10,000. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Moving to next ones. Those who have not finished, try to note down these ones. Then we'll switch to another numerical. Yes, all of you finish.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moving to next ones. The next one
Yes,
is,
sir.
just note down numerical number 2. From the following particulars, I repeat, from the following particulars, calculate the break even point. Calculate the break even point. Just a minute. Yes. Calculate the break even point in terms of sales value and in units. And in the second bit, you have to calculate the number of units that must be sold to earn a profit of rupees 90,000. So here the different expenses are given. In case of fixed factory overhead cost, that is given 60,000. Fixed selling overhead cost, that is given 12,000. Variable manufacturing cost is given rupees 12. Variable selling cost per unit is given 3. And selling price per unit is given 24. Calculate the break-even point in terms of values, or sorry, sales values, or in case of unit. And the second part, you have to calculate the number of units that must be sold to earn a profit of rupees 90,000. I will call one by one those who have already finished. So I advise all of you just note down the data. Yes, Amarnath. So what is the fixed cost given here?
72,000.
Exactly, that is 72,000. 60,000 plus 12,000, that is 72,000. And what is the variable cost?
15.
15 rupees.
15
Exactly.
rupees.
Variable cost means that is the variable cost of manufacturing cost plus variable cost in case of selling cost per unit. That is 12 plus 3, that equals to 15. So what is the, you can say that is the contribution per unit?
That is
Yes.
variable. 12 minus 15.
Not
24
12
minus
minus
15.
15, that 24 minus 15. That is selling price, that is given 24 minus 15. That is
Yes,
equals
sir.
to your,
9,000 will be the break-even point.
okay. Saurabh, you can drop your answer in the chat box.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Because you are very fast and we have to wait for the others. Okay, that is 9,000. Anyone who have already solved this particular things in case of break-even point? Sudipta Raut. Okay, Simran Das has given 9,000. Simran Das, you have already given. Yes. Suchita
Yes, sir.
Patnaik. Okay, fine.
Sir, sorry, it's 8,000. I took it
Sir, it is
Okay, I will.
8,000. 72 divided by
Yes, sir,
9.
7 to 9.
Exactly.
I
You
took
can
that
see
8.
this particular answer. In case of break-even point, we have already calculated the total fixed cost, that is 60,000 plus 12,000, that equals to 72,000. This one is your fixed cost. In case of variable cost per unit, that is already given, that is 12 rupees. In case of manufacturing cost, in case of selling cost per unit, that is given 3, that equals to 15. If you calculate the variable cost, sorry, if you are going to calculate the break-even point, that equals to fixed cost divided by which one? Your contribution per unit. So in case of
Yes, sir.
contribution,
Yes, sir.
By
yes,
mistake, I did that 8.
yes, your mark is directly reduced to 0. Clear? So
Sorry,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
yes, in case of calculating the break-even point, that is 72,000 divided by your contribution per unit, that equals to 8,000. But in case of sales, if you go to calculate the break-even point, or in case of sales value, that should be 8,000 into 24. That equals to 1,92,000. Just note down. The first part is over. If you go to next part, in case of second bit, the number of unit that must be sold to earn a profit of rupees 90,000. In this case, you must note down the formula, that is fixed cost plus profit divided by selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. In this case, the data provide the profit, that is rupees 90,000, but you have to calculate the number of unit that must be sold. Just using the formula, that is fixed cost plus profit whole divided by selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. So if you solve this one, you got the answer, that is 18,000 units. That is, fixed cost is given 72,000, profit is given 90,000, divided by your expenses 24 minus 15, that equals to 9. And if you solve this one, you got 18,000 units. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, moving to next one. Just check whether all of you have finished. Susmita Panda, you lately joined, just note down.
Yes, sir, I'm noting down.
Okay, take your time to note down. Okay, Siyasa, what is your answer? You've already noted. Okay, fine. Is it finished?
Yes, sir.
Okay, moving to next ones. Just note down example number 3. From the following particulars, find out the break-even point. The variable cost per unit is given 15 rupees. The fixed expenses is given 54,000 rupees, and selling price per unit is given 20. So here you have to calculate what should be the selling price per unit if the break-even point should be brought down to 6,000 units. I repeat, what should be the selling price per unit if the break-even point should be brought down to 6,000 units? Try to solve this one. I repeat the questions. From the following particulars, find out the break-even point, and the second part you have to calculate the what should be the selling price per unit if the break-even point should be brought down to 6,000 units.
So
And the
break
data
even
are,
point
yes,
10,800.
10,800. Okay.
Yes, sir. 10,800.
Okay. Subhash is fine. What is your answer for break-even point? Shubham Agrawal.
Doing, sir, doing.
Okay, fine.
Sir, doing same. सर जस्ट
शुभम बाहर
कैलकुलेटिंग
नहीं घूम रहा है तो?
ना सर ना दुकान में बैठा
Okay,
हूँ
fine. Okay.
Sir, 24 rupees will be the selling price if the
Yes,
break-even
sir.
point will be 6,000.
24 rupees.
24 rupees. Okay. Okay, fine. I will show the solution slide. You can see, as for the given formula, in case of calculating the contribution per unit, that equals to selling price minus variable cost. So we have the selling price, that is 20 rupees, and variable cost that is given 15 rupees, that equals to 5 rupees in case of contribution per unit. So if you calculate the break-even point, that is fixed expenses or fixed cost divided by contribution per unit, that equals to 10,800 units. But in case of second bit, what should be the selling price per unit if the breakdown point should be brought down to 6,000 units? So you can use this particular formula, that break-even point equals to fixed expenses or fixed cost divided by contribution per units. Here the break-even point is given 6,000, fixed cost is given 54,000. You have to calculate the contribution per unit in case of selling price. So if you solve this one, you got the answer in case of selling price, that equals to 24. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here SP stands for selling price and VC stands for variable cost. Just note down those who are not solving. Is it finished from your side? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the last. The next one is the last. Sorry, next one is the last numerical from break-even point. So here the problem statement. So before solve this one, I will provide a few formula related to your profit volume ratio, and in case of calculating the marginal profit or marginal sales. So here the problem statement. Consider the following data of a company where sales is given rupees 40,000, fixed cost is given rupees 7,500, and variable cost is given rupees 17,500. You have to calculate first one the contribution, the next one is profit, the third one is break even point, and the last one is margin of safety. So in case of margin of safety, it is a relation between profit and in case of profit volume ratio. So here the formula, in case of contribution, that is sales minus total variable cost. In case of profit, that is contribution minus fixed cost. And in case of break even point, that is fixed cost divided by profit volume ratio. For calculating the profit volume ratio, that equals to contribution divided by sales. And the last one is for margin of safety, that is profit divided by PV ratio or profit volume ratio. Just note down the formula before solving this problem statement. Take your class also. Yes.
Contribution is 22,500.
Okay, 22. You can drop your answer.
Profit 15,000.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then calculate the break-even point. Sivanipadi, what is your answer for contribution?
Sir, doing, sir?
Okay, fine. Okay, profit is 15,000. Okay. Is it finished? Subhasis Swai, what is the value of break-even point? Sudipta Raut, exactly, that is 13,333. Okay, I will show that particular solution slide. Okay, moving to the first bit, in case of calculating the contribution, the formula is sales minus total variable cost. In case of sales, that is given rupees 40,000 minus the variable cost that is given 17,500. That equals to rupees 22,500. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
The next one is calculating profit. The formula for profit that equals to contribution minus fixed cost. So here the contributions is rupees 22,500 minus your fixed cost is given 7,500. That equals to rupees 15,000. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
For calculating the break-even point, the formula is given fixed cost divided by PV ratio. In case of calculating the break-even point, previously you have to calculate the PV ratio or profit volume ratio that equals to contribution divided by sales. So we have already calculated the contribution, that is rupees 22,500 divided by 40,000, that is the sales. That equals to how much? That is 0.56,
25.
0.5625. Moving to next one. Is my voice is audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry for the interruption. So here the break-even point equals to how much? That is 13,333. Is it clear?
Yes,
Then
sir.
we directly switch to calculate your margin of safety. The formula is given profit divided by PV ratio, that equals to rupees 26,666.67. Is it clear? Is the concept of break-even analysis clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So it is my personal advice to all of you that you must remember these 5 number of formulas for all kind of break-even point analysis. Whether should be 2 marks questions, whether should be 6 marks question, or whether should be 16 mark questions. So in case of your multiple choice, around in case of 2 marks questions, or you can say it is some MCQs will be appear from the break-even point, whether you have to going to calculate the contributions, or in case of calculating the PV ratio, or in case of calculating the margin of safeties. Is it clear to all?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So this one for your homework, you just note down this data. But here you do not go for calculating the margin of safeties. Up to break-even point, you have to calculate. So I repeat, consider the following data of a company. The sales is given rupees 20,000 and fixed cost is given rupees 5,500 and variable cost that is given rupees 12,500. You have to calculate the contributions, profit and break-even point.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, sorry for lately join the sessions, and I do not stress the session because there are a more number of classes who are already scheduled. So I will arrange one extra classes as early as possible to provide more input in case of numericals, as well as more input related to your MCQs and how to appear MCQs to maximize your marks. In that regard, I will conclude this session from my side. Any doubt you can ask for the today's sessions?
No doubts.
सर
Yes.
सर ये थर्ड यूनिट का न्यूमेरिकल सब खत्म हो गया ना सर?
कौन सा?
सर ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट थर्ड मॉड्यूल का है ना?
सिलेबस ढंग से देखो, ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट किसका है? हम लोग लोकेशन में जा रहे हैं ना अभी। फैसिलिटी लोकेशन कौन सा मॉडल? मॉडल 2 है।
ओके सर।
Sir, I
फैसिलिटी
have a
लोकेशन
doubt.
में फैक्टर रेटिंग मेथड था, पॉइंट रेटिंग मेथड था, ब्रेक इवन एनालिसिस था और क्वांटिटेटिव एनालिसिस है। एक पार्ट और है। देन आफ्टर वी स्विच टुवर्ड्स मॉडल नंबर 3. यस सौरभ।
Sir, in case of break-even point, it will be first formula was fixed cost divided by contribution per annum. In
Yes,
this
yes.
case, if we apply contribution, then the answer will be different.
Yes, yes, that's why I am written. It's for the depending upon the type of data given, you have to apply different kind of formulas.
Okay, sir.
Okay, do not confuse.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Shivani, are you clear? So this particular break-even
Yes, sir.
analysis belongs to model number 2. Clear? One
Yes,
bit
sir.
is left, that is known as your quantitative analysis. In case of quantitative analysis, we have that is point that is known as you can say it is simple median model or center of gravity model is there, and it includes simulation model and linear programming model. In case of simulation model and linear programming model, it is not included your syllabus. You have to only consider on simple median model. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here I conclude the sessions. Thank you all for joining these sessions.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.